Ozzie Jurock joins us now. Let's look at the market numbers. Hello, Ozzie.
Hi, how are you?
All right, so the first lesson is that you want everyone to know about the September numbers are a bit lower, but don't panic.
Yeah, I think the Vancouver Real Estate Board will come out with numbers at the end of the week or early next week that will show that September may be up by 35% in the number of sales and perhaps as much as 15 to 17% in the number of listings, but prices are still 20% higher.
You said that the most asked question that you're getting right now is this the end of the world? And you're saying no, we're just readjusting back to what the market should be.
Yeah, it's a normal kind of a world. If we were to follow, like everybody says, well, look at what happened in Britain and look at what happened in Australia. Well, yes, Britain and Australia went up 20% a year for 3 to 4 years in a row. And now last year, Britain and Australia went up about 5%. Last week, The Economist reported that this year, Britain went up 6.6% and so did Australia. Now, if that was the case, then we were to follow that and we go from 20% increases to 6%, that's still more than double the inflation rate and certainly not a run for the hills time.
All right, well, let's look at some of the numbers from The Economist because you say this actually does make your point, and it's the same for a lot of different cities around the world.
Yes, so when you take a look at, it's just the leaders changing. This year it's Denmark up 23%, you're looking at Belgium is up 18%. You're looking at places like Ireland, which is actually the 5th year in a row in double digits. They're up 15%. You look at France is up 14%. You look at places like South Africa. South Africa last year was up 27%. This year only 13. Sweden 13. And then when you come to ourselves at Canada, our overall rate is clocking in 11% higher, even though Vancouver and Calgary and Edmonton are over 20% higher. And the U.S., the much maligned U.S. is up 10.5%. And this morning in the United States, the numbers on new home sales in August were actually up by 4.1%.
We've been reporting, though, this week that housing starts in the U.S. are declining.
Well, maybe the starts are about sales, which is the backbone. It's clear that housing sales, they should decline. Look, right now in North Surrey, we have currently planned some 1,500 townhouses and condos, according to Price Waterhouse. The absorption rate is only about 400. So now developers will pull back. Maybe some of those won't be built. It's a normal market function. It isn't that we all have to rush out and some deep disaster befall us.
All right. Well, then, let's give a weekend real estate. You have some plans for this weekend? And
yes, we have a real estate weekend. That's what we teach our students. The most important is understand who you are. If you're a flipper, it's a tough time, or a tougher time coming. But if you're an investor, it's a great time to buy.
All right, Ozzie. And if you want any more information about the seminar this weekend, you can contact Ozzie Jurock at www.jurock.com. You can email him at oz@jurock.com or his phone number 604-683-1111.